Welcome everybody. Today's video, we are over here at Beng Mealea or something like that. I know I'm mispronouncing it. Anyway, this is about 67 kilometers or so outside of Siem Reap, and it's a 12th century temple, and they believe it was built by King Suryavarman II. And the temple itself is like in the crucifix design, and it is built exactly like Angkor Wat, only a little bit smaller. And this is out here, and supposedly we'll be able to only view it from like a elevated platform, so we'll be able to see it. There's trees and all the other vegetation growing in. Now this is part of the Angkor multi-day pass. If you buy like a 3 or a 7 or however many days you want to buy, you can use that ticket here at this site. But it is about an hour and a half outside of the city. So anyway, let's go in and we'll see, and we'll look around and enjoy this. This is all the parking over here. And the easiest way is if you're on a little tour to come over here, they can bring you over. I rode my motorcycle over here, so it was pretty easy. So this is the entranceway. It was surrounded by a moat. They do the ticket control, so you do have to show your ticket if you're wanting to view here. And it's kind of funny because these guys here work at the park, but they're out here fishing. Now, all of this will be the sandstone. I guess it was about 6 or 7 kilometers or so away from the quarry that they used to quarry all of this, these stones for Angkor Wat and all of that. And they could float these down after they quarried them. They would float them down the artificial canals. And so probably all the stones that were used in Angkor passed right on by here. And then they used some of the stones for construction here. So we have that little walkway that's right there. And you can see the bridge has the Naga, and then would have had like the lions. You can just see the feet here. And it's kind of cool how they carved all of these stones. They chiseled them and they notched them all together to form these temples. So we're going to walk back here into these trees a little bit. Now, everything I read about this temple is that it's like a nature temple. So when you come here, be expecting all of that. I've never been here before, so this will be the first time I get to see it also. And it was originally built as a Hindu temple. So you'll see the Hindu stuff like the churning of the milk. You'll see the Shiva and all of those carvings in the stone. And I guess later on it was converted to Buddhist, like a lot of these temples were. So we're a long ways away from the first moat. And this is a tentative UNESCO World Heritage Site. I think it's submitted its application in like 2020. So we'll see. There's another site just to the north of here, Koh Ker, I think is how you pronounce it in Khmer. I know I mispronounce it. But anyway, it just got a UNESCO Heritage Site last month. And if you came here to this temple, a good idea would be to combine it with a trip up to that temple complex also. It's worth it. I've been up there, and you won't regret going there. It's way, way cool. So we're just keep walking over this little bridge. So we have more of the Naga. So they have the Naga here, and then the balustrades were all Naga. And you can see how they notched this. So they carved that, and then on the bottom of this right here, they put the little female notch so they could fit those all together. Now there was another little sign that said Preah Khan Kompong Svay. So let's walk out through the jungle here. Let's go take a quick look at it while we're right here. You can see the moat. Walk across this little walkway. Hopefully I won't fall in, huh? Okay, so here we go. There is just a small little temple right here. Walk across that little footbridge. You can see a little bit of the stone carvings. It's kind of dark underneath this forest canopy, so you can see it. It's just a small little temple, kind of in disrepair. They've supported that up there to keep it from collapsing down, but I'm not going to stick my head inside. You can see the carvings up here on the front. Yeah, this is nice. And it's just down a little trail. You can see the stone carvings on this side over here with the faux door, and then some more of the figures. They're all the way up there. Now this is below grade now, but back whenever this was built, this would be down another probably 3 or 4 feet lower than what it is now. So this is really built up compared to what it used to be. Okay, let's go back and let's go into the main part. And it looks like this walkway when you come in is, I don't know, about 500 meters or so. And it just kind of has the swampland. That would have been a humongous moat back in the day. And this was the center of a town. So there was a town all around here. And this was along the Royal Road that went up to another temple from Angkor. So we're finally up to the temple here. So the walkway would have kept on going, and this would have been the Garopa, the entrance into the temple. And you can see how the bricks are up there, and there's just a tree growing over the entranceway. And we've had the lions, there's just the little pieces of them right here, the feet, and then over here would have been some of the naga, and all of that is stone carved. So that is like 900 years old, and it's just laying out here. And some more of this stuff. So we'll go over this way. This is the way of the visit. And some more naga here. Now all the houses and stuff that would have been built around here would have been made out of wood. So it's all gone. And the only thing that's left are the religious buildings. They built all them out of stone. So check this out. So you can see how they carved this here, and they notched it on the bottom, and they would have put these all down here. So this is an elevated platform. So they made a little bridge, and in the Khmer style, I don't know if you can see that, but they've carved all of this detail all along the front here. They didn't miss a beat. I mean, if there was a 1 square inch of stone, they were carving figures into it. And I was reading about the history of the stone carving, how it was kind of a dying trade. It was almost all the stonemasons were extinct up until like the 70s, when now there's a pretty high demand for stone carvers to come out here and help renovate these temples. But this is, holy cow, this is massive. And it's just all these stones just that have tumbled off of here. You see a little bit more of the walkway. So these have kind of separated. That's still load bearing. So if these were flawed in any way, they would have cracked just like this, and this whole thing would have came tumbling down. And you can just see how massive that is. I mean, this is head high right here. Yeah, that's really neat. Just the walkway itself is a feat. Now what's kind of nice about this temple is it's a nature temple, but it's also out of Siem Reap, so you're going to be away from the crowds, and you can just come out here and walk around and enjoy this. But man, these stones are so huge. So this would have been a covered walkway that would have went across here, and all of these just collapsed down like dominoes. I mean, you can just see all this rubble right here. So how do you even begin to go back in and restore something like this? I mean, they did it all with muscle and sweat. I mean, now we'd bring in cranes and pick these up and move them about. But this would be a colossal undertaking. You can see the soil up there where those trees have grown through the building. And you can still see some of the carvings around the door. Oh, that's so nice. You can see that tree up there right up by the arch, and all those huge stones that have filled up the walkway. There's no climbing allowed. You can't get up there. I've been on some of these where you can climb up on those rocks, but some of them will move around. Oh, and we can't get up there, but I can see some magnificent carvings. I can see the naga and a nice lintel. Oh yeah. And we're just walking around through the trees right now outside. So you can see this walkway here, how this would have all been covered. Has those colonnades right there, those little stone columns that they put up in the windows. and more of this. And you can see just a little bit of the lintel right there. And this is another one of the entrances here. Sort of had that elevated walkway coming across, and now it's just all rubble. And this over here looks towards another one of the entrances. So the same deal, part of the crucifix. This would have been all the rails with the naga, and then this would have came right into the temple right here. So there's the temple over there, and it has this nice little area under the trees. And then part of the moat, you can see over here, this is way nice. Has all these lotuses out here. And they built like a little sala out here. Must be for like the workers to rest. And you can see these are like the termite mounds here. Yeah, this is so nice. Okay, so let's go up these stairs. So this is another part of the walkway. You can see they still have those columns up, but the covered part is completely gone. But then just look at these massive trees that have grown in here. And this one over here, it's not overtaking the wall like the other one, but they're just gigantic. Now this is under like the Aspara. So that group has came into these temples and they've just done minimal restoration just to keep them from completely collapsing. And they kind of leave things mostly the way they are. There's several temples in the Angkor group that Aspara has done the same thing. So we're up on this wooden walkway, and you can see right here, this would have been the covered walkway. Now it's just rubble. And then these would have been some of the interior buildings. And then out here would have been libraries. And this would have been filled with water. And down there would have been another, all this would have been covered. That would have been a corner down there. These would have been amazing. I mean, it's still fantastic, but it's just all in disrepair. Just look at the size of those stones. So this would have been one of the faux doors. And then right above it, you can see, I think that's Vishnu right there. And this is how you get to walk around, is up here elevated. So you can see here that they've braced up that lintel to keep it from collapsing. And that's like an Erawan, the three-headed elephant. And then you have some more scenes here. I'm not sure what they are. You can see those, how tall that wall is. That's huge. And this would have been another one of those elevated walkways that would have led into this library. And see those trees that have grown in here. And you can see more of the carvings, the naga on the corners, and the lintels. Yeah, this is amazing. I tell you, the Khmer, those guys just moved rock around. It's absolutely amazing. I've been to many Khmer temples in Cambodia, and I've been to a lot of them in Thailand, and they all have the same theme of just moving rocks. I just can't even fathom the mindset of the people to cut all of this sandstone or these laterite stones and bring it in here. I mean, this is like a mountain that they've moved. And it doesn't even do it justice on the camera. I know you can't really appreciate just the size of these rocks. And not only are they big rocks, but they're all carved, intricate little details. But you know, it was just what they thought was important, so they did that. You can see this would have been the covered walkway. So they curved those stones when they carved them, and on the other side would have been the reverse of them, and they'd have went up to the peak up there. And now they're all just collapsed down, and you can see lintels under there, and the same over here. You can see how it would have formed the arch right up there. This is an amazing temple. I don't know if you can hear the birds, but there's no other sounds. You're just walking out here. and all the rubble. You can see the vines, the ferns, and everything growing up there on those walls. And you see the roots that have taken root across the, going up and down. All the moss. Yeah, this is a unique way to look at these temples, is this elevated walkway. I really like this. This is quite cool. I mean, I've been to Angkor Wat. Been there several times, and this is the same floor plan as that. So you're getting to see it from up above. And it's impossible to appreciate the scale of these. And you can see just another, like one of the fake doors. Even just that is so much work. And this would have been the windows, so you would have let the light in while you're walking around there. And just massive in scale. And yet another tree that's overtaken a wall. And this is the whole courtyard. This part of it over here is in relatively good condition. You can see they did like another little style right there at the bottom of that covered walkway. It's kind of like a lotus leaf, almost like turning up. And each of these windows had 5 of these columns. And we can go up there. We'll go up there now. Let's go up here and let's see this. So we're way, way up here. And we're just at the top of the covered walkway. See, way down there would have been where you walked around. And now these big, huge trees have grown through here. Oh, this is just mind-boggling. It's just so incredible. You can see this is the top of that. And then way down there, it's all dark now, it's hard to see, but we are up at the top of the roof. So there's that covered walkway, there's this one, and we're way high, and there's still more rock up above us. So I'm always curious, how in the world did they get these big heavy stones up this high? I mean, they would have built scaffolding, but I don't understand how they got them up here. Now, in Egypt, those obelisks that they have standing, they piled sand up, and then they drug them up like a hill, and then once they got it up on the hill, they dug the sand away and just left it freestanding. So I don't know if they did that here also, where they did like an earthen mound. I'm sure somebody knows. If you do, let me know how they moved these stones up to such high places. Okay, so we're down here, and this is pitch black. I was able to use the flashlight off my phone, but you're walking down the walkway, and it's still usable. And then we come out over here to another library, and you can walk around down there also. You can see this tree root, more stone carvings up there, and you can walk around here on this little ledge. But we were just in a walkway similar to this. Just look at all of this was notched by a person with a little chisel. All the way around here the same. I mean, there's just miles and miles of stone carvings. You can see they're trying to keep that wall from falling apart. So they have a little bit of water that's still standing in here. People have made a little shrine over there. You can see this library, what kind of condition it's in. You can walk around here. And again, my head is about right here. And this library is up on that little island. And you can see here kind of the difference in the carvings. They have some little figures right there. Everywhere you look, there's stuff like this. Now a little walkway here is these stones. We have some stairs over here that'll take us up on the wall. Oh, this is so cool. So you can see that this is the wall here. Just absolutely colossal. You can see how this is right here. So they've supported that up. You can see that one right there is cracked. And then a tree growing right there. And then this looks into where the moat was at. Out of the temple now. You can see more of the debris. They put a shrine here. Let's look at this. They put their figure right here at the base of this tree. So the people come and light the candles and do their thing right here. And what's funny is right out here, the local farmers have brought their cows in so they can use this grass for some free grazing, which is a good thing, because if they don't let the cows graze it down, somebody will have to come out here and cut it down. You can just see this is the outer part of the wall. Here's a really nice look at one of the lintels. So this would have been up above one of the doors. And it says, "Do not touch the carving." You can see they would have notched it right there for the other pieces of stone to fit into place. And more of the stuff. You can see more carvings over there. The little bases for their deities. All the stuff is just kind of just strewn all about, like giants come over here and just kicked the temple down. So this is the North Moat, Turek Ork. We haven't been down this way yet. Looks like it's more of the same. Looks like now they grow rice out here in the old moat. Got some cows out there grazing also. Yeah, I just wanted to see what it looks like all the way at the end of the moat here on this side. We're all the way down to the end of this north walkway, and I can hear some water running. So check this out right here. There's a little boy, he came past me on a bike and I was going to go over there and do some swimming. But there used to be a bridge right here, and it's all washed out, which is a shame. I would have loved to have seen this. You can see the big stones that are right here. And it would have come across the bridge right into the north walkway, and you would have walked right down here into the temple. That's going to finish up our video over here at Beng Mealea, or however you say it. I know I'll mispronounce it. I mispronounce everything. This is unbelievable. I can't believe how much I've enjoyed this right here. I like it. It's just nice to be able to walk around and kind of see the bird's eye view of it. You know, it's a shame that it's, you know, in the repair that it is, but you know, it is what it is. You do get to get up above and look down at how it was constructed, and you really get to appreciate the scale of these temples. The Khmer, everything they've done with these is amazing. It's just fantastic how, you know, how they come up with these ideas to build it, and they built these in such scale. And I mean, I can't even imagine picking up some of these rocks and moving them around, let alone carving them and doing all that stuff. So anyway, this is a 12th century temple, and it's built just like Angkor Wat is built, only a little bit smaller. And it is a tentative UNESCO World Heritage Site. If you're here in Siem Reap, there's so much to see already. This is just another one that you should probably add to your list of things to come over here and see. It's quite a bit different, than you're away from the crowds. So I would recommend coming over here. I've enjoyed it. This is my first time here, and I would come again and just look at this. So if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you smash like. And if you have been here, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. And if you're new, stick around, subscribe, and then you're notified when I post a new video. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy that walks around here with my camera, and I point and tell you a little bit about what I see. It's all unscripted, so sometimes if I say something wrong, correct me in the comments. I don't mind. If I don't know something, also tell me in the comments, and that way people can learn also that watch the video. From over here, about an hour and a half or so from Siem Reap, in this fantastic temple here in Cambodia. Remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.